so you can see it's nice and crispy. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another exciting video. Today I'll be cooking up another storm for you. We'll be doing some Jamaican Escovitch fish and it's going to be mouth-watering good. Escovitch is actually one of them famous dishes in Jamaica. You could get it almost everywhere, in the streets, you could get it at the restaurants, just almost everywhere you go in Jamaica. Escovitch fish is one of them famous dish. So we'll be getting that going. So my son and I went to the seafood market today, and we actually bought some fish. They were reasonable price. So we got a yellowtail snapper. And look at the size of that thing. We also got some mullet. Two different kind of mullet right there. I forget what. One is like regular mullet and one is like ground mullet. And we decided that we're just gonna escovitch these bad boys. So we're gonna fry them up Jamaican style, escovitch. We're gonna fry them up and we're gonna put our escovitch sauce over it. And we're gonna show you how we're gonna take these and turn them into mouth-watering food. Alright, so I'm basically gonna start with the snapper. And like I said, this is the yellowtail snapper. Just look at that, man. This is so huge. Alright guys, normally in Jamaica or in the Caribbean, there are lots of countries in the world, people like fry their fish whole with the head on it, the whole fish. So they'll like fry the whole fish, and they'll just eat the head and the tail. It's actually pretty good. My frying pan ain't that big, so some of these fish I'll have to cut them up in smaller pieces. So I'm gonna just take this big boy and try to cut it in. I don't know, probably I'll probably cut it in 3. And the thing is, you can cut these off if you want to, or you could just leave them on it. It doesn't matter. You fry it up crispy, these things chew right up in your mouth. They're crunchy. So I'm gonna cut it again right about there. And like I said guys, the head of the fish, it's pretty tasty. So I'm just making some slices through the skin just so it fries easier, and you get the season to go down and soak in the fish. And I'll be cutting up all these fish, and I'll be back. And then, you know, it's the ones that I'm going to fry whole. I just cut some slices through that, just like that. Then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna season them up. Alright, so I got some salt, and you could just use salt and pepper only. black pepper to season your fish, because fish really don't take a whole bunch of seasoning to make it flavorful. So, but I'll go ahead and I'm gonna just add some all-purpose, and I'm gonna add some fish seasoning, and I'm just gonna mix that up. You could use whatever seasoning you desire. Let me just stir it up a little, and then I'm gonna take it, sprinkle some inside the fish. You want to make sure you season that fish right. So, got some inside, and put some slices here too. And then I'm gonna put some in the slices. And just season all over it. And do the same thing. And season the tail also. That part is nice when it's crispy. So I'm gonna do this until the whole thing is completed. Alright guys, so now that I got all the fish nicely seasoned, I'm just gonna get the pot going. I got a mini fryer. I'm also gonna use that just to save time. And if you guys are wondering, I bought the fish and I had them dress the fish, so they cleaned all the gut and they removed all the scale. I had to take some of the scale off myself, but they did a pretty good job anyway. It's a decent sized seafood market by the name of Joe Patty's. So if y'all ever in the Pensacola area, you can always go and get your local seafood from Joe Patty's. Alright guys, so this is my mini fryer, and I'm about to throw on some of these big boys in this fryer. Bear in mind, when you fry your fish, do not put flour on it. If you're doing escovitch fish, do not put flour on your fish. A lot of people tend to put flour. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but I know a few people, a few persons who try to do escovitch and they put the flour on it. You do not want flour on your fish when you're doing escovitch. You're gonna fry it just like the way it is, crispy. So when you put your sauce on that fish, it soaks right down to the center and all the way down in your fish. So here we go. So now that I got this really hot, I'm gonna go ahead and drop them fish inside. Alright guys, so now that I got the fish going on, I'm gonna make my escovitch sauce. So I'm gonna get all the vegetables ready. I'm supposed to be using Scotch bonnet, but I got habanero. I don't got Scotch bonnet, so you could sub habanero for Scotch bonnet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my vegetables ready. Key thing with escovitch is to get carrots, onions, lots of onions, vinegar, white vinegar, and Scotch bonnet. And in the streets in Jamaica, most people will use just vinegar and onion and Scotch bonnet. But most people cooking at home, they will use some bell peppers. They'll get carrots, hot peppers, onions. They'll use the vinegar, a little salt, and a little pepper. And what we do is use a little of that oil that we fry the fish in. We use that also to coat over the fish. So I'm gonna just cut my onions in thick slices. Sweet onion, always use the yellow onion. Alright guys, so now that I've completely fried all the fish, and you can see how pretty they are, nicely fried, and they're pretty, they're very crispy, and I'm about to make that escovitch sauce. So what I'll do is I remove most of the oil from the pan and just save me a little, because what I'm gonna do right now is, and that's my trick, my little secret is to save a little of the oil from that fish so you get that flavor. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump all that vegetables that I've cut up inside it. And then I'm not trying to get it to be tender, because you don't want to overcook these vegetables. They should remain crispy, crunchy. So I'm just doing a little saute. And we should keep in mind that the goal is to make sure that they're crunchy. And dump that remainder of season that I had inside it. Normally I would use the whole manga berry. We call it allspice. I don't have that, so I'm using the ground allspice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pour the vinegar in it. White vinegar. Turn it off. Now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna pour it all over the fish. All that juice go and soak in the fish. I like to use a lot of vegetables on my escovitch. Just give it that nice color. And I love vegetables, so there you have it, guys. The escovitch fish. I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna serve it with French fries. All right, guys. So after about 10 minutes of Escovitch sauce soaking in the fish. That's what it looks like. And my son actually is the one who asked me to make him some Escovitch fish. So I'm about to let him get down in the Escovitch fish. So I'm just gonna try to grab a fish with all that's vegetables on it. I'm just gonna take some vegetables and put on it. Now you could actually serve this with rice. You can serve it with festivals, fried dumplings. You can serve it with fried plantains. Today we're doing it with just some curly fries. And that's a meal to look at. Now, like I say, guys, it's pretty easy. Just make sure you don't put the flour on it. I know a lot of people don't like the fish with the head on it. You don't have to have the head on it. I like my fish with the head on it, so ain't nobody gonna tell me how to fry my fish. So hope this video was a very good video for y'all to enjoy. Please remember to share, like the video, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. Appreciate y'all.